We did walk into the party.
That's really like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but
going
I'm the
different
type of
places and
female
out.
where
That's how I've met a lot of people.
I don't be going home with for the you know what. I just be hanging around for the attention.
Like
I'm an attention whore.
Like,
Yo YouTube, what's going on? This is the Big Crash Theory, and as y'all saw, we talking about women in the workplace today. Women do a lot of great things. A lot of great things. I love working with women. I've been working with women for about 3 years, so I've seen and I've heard a lot. There's good stuff and there's bad stuff. Of course, we're gonna focus a little bit on the bad today. Of course, we're gonna talk about, you know, some of the dirt they be doing. We just gotta talk about it. If you work with women, if you know a woman, if you love a woman, this is important for you. You just have to understand the mindset of women, how they communicate with each other and stuff like that. I got some stories and stuff like that coming up, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. We're gonna have more videos just like this. I'm gonna have some Pop the Balloons coming on the way too. Thank you for joining in, and let's get right into this first clip. We're not gonna waste no more time.
I worked at Lululemon for 2 years. Lululemon has a lot of females. You know what females are really good at? Talking to each other. And you know, as a guy in his early 20s who's introverted, plays video games all day, I didn't really know how to have a conversation with someone, let alone hold it for a long period of time. And so working there, I had to learn how to talk to people. And the easiest tip that I can tell anyone, if you want to get better at any conversation, is get people to talk about themselves. Because that's the one thing that they love talking about the most. So how do I do that? The only thing you gotta do is repeat the last thing that they said back to them. So let me give you an example. Hey man, you know, I've just really struggled with work recently. You know, my wife is beating me.
That's rough, buddy.
Dang, your wife is beating you? That's crazy. Tell me more about that. And then they'll continue to talk and they'll talk more about it. And then you continue on to the next thing that they say. You say the last thing that says. Super easy. If you want to continue any conversation, just repeat things back to people.
No, bro thinks he figured out something. Bro thinks, you know, he understands everything now. But what he said, there's a little bit of truth to it. There's a little bit of truth. Like, when I started working with women, I understood how much they communicated beforehand. But seeing it, actually seeing how much they actually divulge to each other is insanity. They talk about their whole life like nobody cares. I don't know. Maybe it's a new thing with, you know, social media stuff. We have less sense of privacy nowadays, so people just share everything. But I promise you, some of the shit these women be sharing just should not be said. It's too much. I worked with a female worker, and she would tell us all about, you know, her baby daddy and where he's at and what he's doing and how many times he's been locked up, how many times he's been convicted, and how much he doesn't pay any rent, and how much he only comes over when she wants him, when he wants her, my bad. Anyway, but yeah, women tell a lot. And if you want to just talk to a woman, literally just repeat and nod and say yes and stuff like that, and pretty much for the most part, they go and keep talking to you. They don't really have much filter. You just keep giving them the energy, like he said, and they're gonna keep talking. Now, what he specifically is mentioning is called mirroring. At least that's what we call it in the ABA field. When, especially in autistic people, everybody does it to a certain extent, but especially those on the spectrum, those people tend to just repeat what they last hear. It is a common telltale sign. It's not the only one, but it is a telltale sign that somebody is on the spectrum. Now, this is very interesting because it's also a great way to communicate with people. It also gets people to open up. I still do that. Like, I still repeat whatever somebody just said to me, mainly just for clarification, mainly just so we understand the same thing, but also it lets that person know that you're listening to them. So definitely working with women has taught me how to communicate better. I would definitely, you know, give them their props on that. But at the same time, they talk a little too damn much. Just a little too damn much for my liking. Anyway, we gonna get into the next clip. Let's see what this guy got to say, because when they talk a lot, you start talking too. And then, you know, they get real comfortable with you. They be like, oh yeah, I like talking to him every day. And then you know, you start looking at her, you like, you know what, Sandra not too bad. Sandra look pretty nice today. So we gonna talk about why you should not talk to Sandra.
You work at a certain place and there's multiple women there that you find attractive, and you think about messing with any of them, make sure you be careful with who you mess with. Because as soon as you mess with one of them, and however that situation might end up or go, it could go. If it go good, then you mess with somebody else in that same place. Now, the first girl you mess with, her emotions might get involved and feel some type of way, like, oh, like you mess with that, and rumors start going around about you, like whatever, and it might not end well. And also too, like if you do mess with somebody and it does go bad like the first time, then that shit gonna ruin it for everybody else in that whole area. Like a lot of times it's best to just not even mess with a person at your job, especially like if you know you're gonna be seeing that person like 3 to 5 times out of the week. Like you might well just forget about it. And I know it can be tempting though, because sometimes at certain jobs, bro, you might go or you might have like very attractive women there and you'd be like, damn. And then sometimes they might be married and you might not even know that, because when they get to work, they're not mentioning nothing about that. So it's like a lot of times messing with somebody at your job, bro, can not end well. And I've always seen it not end well for a lot of people. And if it's going to be like that, just stay away from it in general.
Now, this is great advice. Great advice. I can't say that I follow it. Like, I'm kind of hard-headed. Like, I know I'm watching this video telling y'all probably don't do that, don't be with this woman, but seriously, it is a big risk. I've talked to two women. I'm talking to one right now that I worked with. I don't work with her anymore right now, but it is a great deal of stress. It adds an extra layer, because now you gotta be careful. You get caught, talking too much, looking at each other too hard, saying the wrong things. Now, yeah, it creates drama. Other women see that. And other women get jealous. Like, you probably, as a man, probably won't step to you unless you just punk made. Me personally, I've never had that problem. Anyway, but more than likely, it's gonna cause problems for the woman that you're talking to more than it's gonna cause problems for the man, Regardless though, you're dealing with that woman and she's feeling away now because everybody at the workplace knows her business and she don't want everybody to know her business, But women definitely make it a little bit harder for each other when they find out that they're messing with somebody in the same workplace, because I guess there's a certain type of jealousy that goes around with women. One woman sees that she's getting attention from a male coworker in their vicinity, but she's not getting that same energy from that man. So now it's like, what's wrong with me? Why doesn't he like me? And it's like, well, maybe I just like her. Why can't I just like her? There's nothing wrong with you. I just like her, Now, personally, like I said, I've dealt with women at work before. Last job I was at, yes, a lot of good-looking women. And it just has to be said, It's just something, you have to acknowledge. You can't ignore it. You have to acknowledge, I am attracted to these women. But at the same time, you have to understand that it's look, don't touch. You don't need to be in everybody's face, everybody's business. A lot of these women are conniving, stealing. They do some downright dirty stuff. Like, I've seen some women get down. So you gotta just be careful regardless, because even if she got a pretty face and you guys talking it up, she's chatting, you seem real nice and cool, she might drop, the other foot on you. She might turn a new leaf on you. And then now she's the worst thing ever, and she's making your life at work even harder. And don't mess around and be in a good field. Like, don't mess around and be a teacher. Don't mess around and be a doctor, because now she can levy allegations against you that could get your license revoked, that can get your practice revoked, So definitely be careful if you do decide to talk to a woman at work. Just be careful with the one you choose. Like, me personally, I'm pretty good at just picking out women. I'm pretty good at just picking out people in general. I know who to and who not to be around. It's pretty simple and easy. I see signs. I've been around a lot of people though. So when I mess with a woman at work, we keep it real low key. We try to keep it real low key, but at the same time, you just have to understand that it can go left any minute. Whether you think you're safe or not, it can go left. Best policy is to just leave majority of them alone, which is hard. It's hard for me. It gets harder every day, actually. But we not go waste. We go hop into this next clip, because sometimes, like, you're talking to a woman at work and it's going really well. You guys are chatting it up. You might even like each other. Like, you guys like each other. It's not toxic or nothing. But she crosses the line. Yeah, it happens. Maybe you don't even know the woman for real. Maybe you really just work with her and she crosses the line. This happened to me a couple of times. For whatever reason, women feel so comfortable calling me their baby daddy. I don't understand it. The last job I was at, we're working, and we work with children on the spectrum. So it's 2 technicians typically for a day with 1 child. So you share a client with another therapist. Now my co-therapist on my case every day would call me, you know, her parenting buddy, her baby daddy, just because we had, you know, the same client. And it put me in an uncomfortable position because everybody in the room would hear that. And people would just kind of look at us like, what's going on with y'all? Like, why is she calling you her baby daddy? Mind you, she didn't mean anything about it. Maybe she did. She was about 40 though. She seemed sweet, older. Maybe she has some type of sexual undertones to it, but I think she was just trying to be funny. But regardless, it is harassment. It made me uncomfortable. It made everybody else in the room uncomfortable, yet she continued to do it. This is something that constantly happens. It's more so verbal statements with me. I was working at, Cracker Barrel. And this woman, I was on the to-go station, so I'm packing up orders. The woman that I worked with was a server. She was short, she had a baby and everything. We were talking about Trippie Redd and music and, you know, things we want to do in life, just chatting it up, having a real good conversation. I think she's a pretty good woman, she's solid. Not really sexually interested in her though. But we talking and I got a haircut one day. Okay, so here's the story. So one day I got a haircut. I come in and she's like, oh yeah, I really like your haircut. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of nice. It's whatever. It's not normally what I get. I had to cut it short today just because I had dye in my hair and I was trying to get rid of that. So I had to cut it short. It was a low fade, you know, low taper fade, whatever. But yeah, so she saw the cut and she was like, yeah, I really like that. That's really nice. It's decent. She's like, no, you look really good. You look like my baby daddy. I'm like, what? She's like, no. What I mean is you look really good. You look like my baby daddy. Like you could be my, and then she stopped talking. So I was like, yo, what the fuck? That was like the first time I've ever had a woman like trip over her words with me. Like, I've never seen a woman fumble so bad. But it just goes to show, like, if you're a man and you're nervous about talking to women, don't feel bad about that because women actually have no fucking clue what to say at all. They will say the stupidest things. So, yeah. But this is just to bring to the point that, like, sometimes you get harassed as a man. Like, you wouldn't expect it. You would expect these women to be, you know, socially aware and stuff like that and understanding how things are nowadays. And especially since women feel so attacked and, you know, you see that online all the time, you would think that they would have some type of higher understanding or just more self-awareness when it comes to this. But apparently it's a big problem in the industry and we gonna talk about it. We gonna hear what he has to say about this.
Hey, where's all the men that get sexually harassed at work, but you don't tell nobody because, like, you a man, and it's just, I don't want to get the girl fired or no shit, but, like, damn, girl, calm the fuck down. I know it's not just me. I had this conversation with a woman that I'm cool with that used to sexually harass me at work, and I had to tell her, like, you know this is sexual harassment. If the roles were reversed, like, I'd be in a lot of trouble, whether you like the harassment or not, right? And she's like, you know what? Oh, my God, I didn't even think of it that way. If a man was doing what I was doing, like, yeah, I would have already told him, like, yeah. And that was a hilarious conversation. And, like, I don't mind because it's usually women that, like, I'm cool with, but I'm just like, are y'all aware that y'all do a lot of things that men do, but since men don't react like women, you're not aware that you're doing things that men do?
But yeah, he put it perfectly. Women react totally different, even to the slightest hint of anything sexual undertones. You know, I worked with a woman and she was training me and, you know, we chatted it up, we're working and stuff like that. And at the end, it just kind of slipped. I didn't mean to say it. It just kind of came out. I was like, it was nice working with you. It was nice being with you today. Thank you for helping me. It was nice being with you today. The whole room went silent because I worked with a bunch of women. The whole room went silent. It's my first day. I don't know anybody in there. So this is their first impression of me. Somebody who's, you know, slick talker. You know, he just says what comes to mind or he just says what he really feels. but they didn't even react because it felt like a threat to them. I felt the shift in the energy. Me personally, a woman comes up to me and they say, "Oh, you look good." Like women compliment me all the time at work. "Oh, you look good. Oh, I like the way you do this. Oh, you're doing great today." And I just take it and I roll, you know. I had a woman tell me, "Oh, there should be more people like you in the world." I don't think of it sexually. I just, "Oh, that's a great compliment. She must like how I'm doing something. She might like the energy I bring to this place," or something like that. I never take it to like "Oh, this guy's a creep. Oh, this woman's a creep. Oh, she needs to go get a hobby or something because I'm not it," you know, whatever. But what I'm trying to say is women will blow, you know, any type of sexual undertones up. Frame it as if you're the worst person ever when you just were trying to be a nice guy. But these women will actually do some pretty borderline harassment stuff and not even understand what they're doing. I already gave the examples of how I was like verbally talked about, but even physically, women will like touch me. Literally like rub on my arm sometimes, grab me by the arm, grab me, like pat me on the back. Like I don't touch women at my workplace at all. There is no reason whatsoever for me, unless you're falling or something, I'm not gonna touch you. Women will touch me. They'll come sit next to me, Peter, stuff like that. They'll come sit next to me, get all up in my face, like close, really close. And it's like to the point that I have to back up and be like, "You're too close." So women do some pretty, you know, borderline stuff when you're working with them. And as a man who, most men really don't work in like women dominated fields. Like I for real worked at a job and I was the only man there for the whole year. There was no other woman there. I mean, no other man there. So a lot of men just don't get this experience because normally when they're working with a woman, it's a couple of other dudes and a couple of other women as well. It's not just all women. But when it's all women in the room, the dynamics, the conversations, everything is different. I promise you. Now, it's not to say, you know, I hate the attention. I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, it's the sickest thing in the world, because as a man, I really don't mind. As a man, I really don't mind if a woman asks me to come sit next to her. I'm gonna come sit next to you, whether I have sexual feelings for you or not. Even like I was just at a job and this woman, you know, she wanted to buy me some food just because she liked me. Like she liked being around me. Like she's like 40 or something like that. She's older, but we work together and she sees how I work. She wanted to buy me some food. And I'm like, "No, I don't really do that. That's not really how I get down. I don't take food from women. I don't take money from women. I just don't do that." So she's like, "Peter, I just want to do something nice for you because you're always doing things nice for me." So I gave her a hug. I'm like, "You want a hug? We could just hug." And she's like, "Yeah, I'll take a hug." And we hugged that one time and that was it. There was nothing ever came up from it, you know? So there is some good, you know, positive interactions that you can have, physical contact that you can have with women in the workplace. You just had to understand the time and place and who you're doing it with, because you can't do it with everybody. Somebody might take it the wrong way and now you're getting reported. Somebody might not really feel you like that and now you look stupid. Now you got your feelings hurt and now you don't want to come to work. Now you want to quit your job and shit. So definitely, you know, I'm all for like being more open sexually as a society. Like we shouldn't be demonizing romantic advances, workplace or not. I do understand there's a limit, there's boundaries, but at the same time I think it has swung way too far into avoidance more than tolerance. But to each his own. You have to find the situation that works for you. Working with women is just different, especially when you're the only man, because there's some tasks that only you can accomplish. So you're sitting in work and, you know, you get a delivery and all the women turn and look at you smiling hard as hell. And it's like, what y'all smiling for? What? Or the woman that don't really talk to you. There would be a few women I don't really talk to at work. They come up to you, be like, hey, can you do something for me? And it's like, okay, sure, whatever. Being a man, the only man at a job, you'll come to realize you are you are the beast of burden. You gotta carry the load for real sometimes. It's not to say, you know, women are incompetent and they never doing their job and they always need help. No, I'm not saying that, but for real, when it's time to take out the trash and it's dark outside, are you really gonna let those women do it? Now, me personally, sometimes yes, I did not help, but other times I would look out. Sometimes I would look out, especially if I had the time, if I knew what was going on, if I was there. You know, I'm gonna try to help out, but I'm not going out I'm not goddamn Superman, but I'm Spider-Man sometimes. Sometimes I could be your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But it's a funny little clip. We're not even gonna really talk about it too tough, but it's just a funny little clip I found.
Come over.
Where are we going?
Oh, around. It's a surprise. Do you like surprises?
I do.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't that funny, but it gets the point across. Like that, this is literally what happens. You just working, you're doing your job, and then you get sidetracked. You have to go do something else that's technically not your job, you know, but it has to get done, and it's only women there, and if you don't do it, then it's gonna slow down the rest of the workday, so you might as well just do it instead of having 2 other women do it, and now they're looking at you crazy like, why didn't you help the women out? Because that's what's gonna happen. It's not a bad thing, it's not a good thing, really. Like, you definitely get the opportunity to flex. You definitely get the opportunity to look like you care, you know, to show how much of a ladies' man you really are, a gentleman that you can be. If you're single, then this is a great opportunity sometimes for you to show your strength, and that's what women like, you know. They like to see that a man can step up and handle a task spontaneously, not make too much of a big fuss about it, and just keep moving on with his day. As a man, you should be able to do that. You just should be able to. I'm not gonna make too many general assumptions because you know how you PC the world is now. But for real, like helping out women at the job, it's an ego boost for me sometimes. It's like, yeah, I bet you did need my help. Yeah, I bet you did. Yeah, you like the way I lift this, don't you? But no. But it does create great camaraderie between you guys. And if you already have some type of tension between you and a shorty at work, then that tension gets amplified, especially if she asks you to do something and now she's watching you lift these boxes or whatever. It could definitely be abused. I definitely had women come to me over and over and over, like multiple times in the day, and it's like, come on now. You're giving me your little problems. Now you're asking me to do your job. And sometimes you do, as a man, have to put your foot down. But it's definitely something that can be abused. Like, sometimes women just keep asking you over and over to do things, and it's like, no. Especially when it comes to little things, like if I'm working with a woman and she asks me to go get her water bottle from the other room, no. I'm not gonna say, you know, flat out no, but I'm gonna be like, you know, I'm working right now. I'm with my client has high behaviors. No, I'm not gonna go do that. I'll find a way to say no though. If I'm working and, you know, you keep coming up to me day after day after day asking me to do something new for you, then no, I'm gonna start avoiding you. I'm gonna start trying to find routes around you and spaces where you're not, because I'm not trying to be Superman today. I'm just trying to do my job. And I've had a few women, you know, not really understand their boundaries, asking you to use your phone. And it's like, no, you can't use my phone. Are you crazy? Women asking you for food. I would have this one woman every day. And it's funny because I would buy this other woman food. I was like literally in front of everybody. I'd be like, you want something to eat? You want something? Here, you know, I got you, whatever you need, because I actually like her, because I actually want to be with her. But this other woman, you know, she just thought I was a nice guy. So now she's asking me too. Hey, you got food? Hey, what you got to drink? And it's like, I don't like you like that. So I would just, for her, I had to, because she would ask every day. So I would just tell her straight up, no, I ain't got nothing for you. I try to make a little joke sometimes. Man, I ain't got nothing for you. This is for me, myself, and I. And sometimes that's just how you have to keep it with women. You have to show women sometimes like, I don't care. And I'm not gonna play your social games. Because that's what women like to do. They like to play little social games. They like to do things for you and then turn around and ask you to do something for them. It's not all bad working with women though. Like, I've really enjoyed working with women, especially like in this home care field, this home care adjacent field. I work in ABA for the most part. So seeing how women organize themselves is very interesting. You definitely pick up on a lot of tips and tricks, especially when it comes to just workflow. They don't take work too seriously. And it's not to say that's the best thing in the world, but definitely there's a more lax environment with women. When I work with men, you know, if you make a mistake, that's your ass that day. Niggas is yelling, niggas is mad as fuck about this job. You know, I used to be a trucker, so, you know, you mess up just a little bit, and I understand sometimes a man-dominated job is just, there's higher stakes. But even working with women in like home care and stuff like that, there's high stakes sometimes there. Regardless, you know, they show up, even your supervisors show up to meetings late, and it's just like, oh, I got stuck at Dunkin' Donuts and they didn't make my coffee right, and everybody in the room laughs and nobody cares, and they just keep moving on with their day. So as a man, you just kind of sit there, you're getting a little frustrated. You're like, hold on, did this woman just waste my time? Did this woman just waste everybody's time? She's wasting my time. And then you look around the room and everybody's laughing and then you're just kind of like, huh, maybe I'm a jackass? Maybe I'm taking my life a little too serious. Maybe you're not. Maybe sometimes there's situations where it's like, nah, these women wilding right now. And it's collectively, they are just wilding. But sometimes it's like, no, maybe I'm being too stuck, or maybe I'm a stick in the mud. Maybe I need to relax a little bit. So working with women, that's one of the biggest things I've noticed. Just appreciating the day-to-day moments, not getting too caught up and not getting too mad about things. They seriously, a lot of things just roll off of their backs. Another big thing I noticed is that women are just, they're just like people. They're people. They're just people. Like, there's good guys and there's bad guys. As a man, we understand that. We can pick them out pretty easily. We understand, oh no, that nigga's a loose nut. You gotta be careful around him. And it's some guys, it's like, oh, he's a goody two shoes. He might tell on you if you do something, you know? And you kind of understand there's in between too. With women, you find that out very fast. Women have a great, like, they're so good at switching back and forth. Like, you would think they're angels. They, you know, sit in your face, they're talking to you, smiling, all sweet, charismatic, everything. You would think there's no problem with you and that woman. But you turn around and you hearing that she talking about you behind her back. You turn around and you hear that she's stealing things. You turn around and you find out that she vapes in the bathroom. So it's like, wow, I'm hearing all these things about you, but you play and you smile in my face like you a princess. And you're not a princess. You're a goddamn sailor. You're a goddamn pirate. But you act as if you're royalty. So that's something I found out, you know, very fast with women. I can't tell all of my stories. I simply just can't tell all of my stories. But you find that out very fast with women, that sometimes they will do criminal things. And they look perfect. They look like they're angels. Just goes to show that women are just like men. There's good women and there are bad women. You can't put anybody on a pedestal and you can't demify anybody. Is that the word? Demify? Demonify? Demonstrate. Anyway, yeah, working with women can be fun. You just gotta be careful. Know who you talking to. Don't get too friendly, too flirty. That's never gonna work. Well, it might work out. It works out for me, but I'm a different type of guy. It might not work out for you. Just be careful. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Let me know how you like this type of format. I got other videos coming just like this, and I'm gonna have some Pop the Balloon reactions coming too. I like the commentary videos. It's just finding a structure for them, because I see how everybody else on YouTube does it. I see the podcasters and how they format their stuff, but I'm not really vibing with it. Like, I like the video game in the background. Like, I don't want to just stare and look at somebody's face, you know? And it can be fun sometimes, but I like to have multiple stimulation. I'm a little bit on the spectrum too, guys. So if you like what I got going on over here, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Keep supporting me. I got some more content coming, like I said. Pop the Balloon videos. We have more gamer commentary coming up. So make sure you tap in with your boy. Whatever y'all got going on, make sure you handle it. Whether it's cold, hot, get to it. Keep chasing your dreams, because that's what I'm doing right now. Doing what I gotta do. I hope you doing what you gotta do. Anyway, till next time, guys. Stay safe, stay warm.